G'day campers and drivers, I'm Jay of Jay and Bash. Bash couldn't be here this trip, but he sends his love to you and his food with me. You're watching Camp and Drive Australia, and this is a 2-night stay at Kendalls campground, which is less than half an hour from the historic Victorian town of Alexandra. Check out what this wonderful campground has to offer, but watch to the end to learn why this is the prime time to visit. Spoiler, it's dunny related. I've arrived safely at Kendalls campground just off Rubicon Road, so now it's time to set up camp so I can sit back, read a book and chillax. You might notice a couple of new things here. One is the swag, which is not so new, up on top of the roof of the car, and no Jaco out the back because I'm camping solo and thought I may as well give that swag a run because it's only had one go. And we've also put an awning on the side of the car. It's only a cheapie, and I'll give you some more details later on. I've never set it up before, but I have had one very similar, so hopefully this will go without too much trouble. That's already too hot for me. It's 25 degrees out here. I have the swag attached to the roof with cinch straps as opposed to ratchet straps, and I find them much simpler to use because once you've got that through, you just pull to tight, and it's much easier than ratchet straps. Now, I don't know if they're as secure, so I'm not advising you one way or the other, but I certainly find these really convenient for strapping things down. I use 4 short ones on the fridge in the car as well. It turns out there are 1,000,001 March flies around here as well. If you've ever been bitten by one or stung by one, they can hurt. So and there we have it, the full setup. So after the setup, I'm feeling a bit hot and sweaty, but I do have a way of cooling down over there, which I'll show to you shortly. Yeah, look, the setup was pretty quick. I had a little bit of trouble getting the poles out of the shade over there. Awning is the word I'm looking for, awning. Had a little bit of trouble getting the poles out of the awning. They're new, I mean it's brand new, they were wedged in there pretty tight. I did need to use the claw hammer just to pry those out gently, but they all came good. I can see a few weak spots in this awning where it will fail eventually, like some of the stitching's a bit dodgy. You've really got to put one end much lower than the other so that the water, if it does rain, won't pool on top. I think that's a distinct possibility with this awning. But, you know, day one, we'll give it a run for a few months or years and see how it goes. I might eat my words. And tantalisingly close is the sound of running water. So let's go down and take a look. Oh, that's looking good. That's beautiful. Oh, that is really nice. I'll tell you what, if it wasn't so stuffed already, I'd probably get in there and just soak because it is kind of warm. It's 25 degrees, maybe a little bit over. I think it's as hot as it's going to get today, but gee, just the sound of that water. Well, it looks like I might have got myself set up just in time, because even though there's no rain forecast for today, there is in fact rain coming down now. If I shut up for a minute, you can actually hear it on the awning. So yeah, it's there's a few drops coming down. Hopefully it won't hold. It has been overcast all day. I'm hoping it won't get too wet, but I think I'm on the slightly higher part of the ground here where I've put out the swag, and the swag is under the awning, so I'm going to be dry one way or the other. Yes, I was just hoping to go for a little bit of a stroll, but might put that off until tomorrow. At 4:30 it's not quite dinner time, but I missed lunch today, so I'm going to have an early dinner. And I'm fortunate enough that Bash, even though he's not here, did prepare something for me earlier. All I need to do is whack this larb and rice into a saucepan, heat it up over a low heat and eat, which is fantastic. Larb, Thai style dish, beautiful stuff. When made by Bash, even better. Well, look who comes around when they smell dinner cooking. This guy. I am literally halfway through this and it is delicious. So thanks Bash, I will be going to sleep tonight with a full belly, knowing that I've eaten well. Oh, hello. I'm going to try not to scare you away. You are not at all shy, are you? Well, it's that time of night, so I'm going to bed. I'm here inside the swag and we're going to answer that age-old question. Am I too old and fat to sleep in a swag? We'll soon find out. I'll see you in the morning. Well, it turns out the answer to the question, can I sleep in a swag, is yes. Does it make me any more of a morning person? No, not really. But at least I did sleep well. I got a good solid 8 hours. And because the weather's not great, I've also just spent the last hour or so lying in bed listening to the rain, which again, you'll be able to hear if I just shut up for a minute. Good morning. I spent 12 hours in the swag last night because I went to bed early. I was a bit on the tired side, slept away through till 6 o'clock in the morning, woke up and it was raining and just thought to myself, I'm just going to lie here. I'm solo camping, there's no timetable, I can do what I want. So I gazed at the roof for a bit and then I had a look outside for a bit, then I read a book for a bit, no timetable, and just listened to the rainfall. So as for that 0 to 1 millimetres, I'm not sure exactly how that's gone, but I will just go and check the rain gauge. Yeah, that might be a bit more than the 1 millimetre, I think. But at least we know this thing's doing its job. Coffee's still hot. Oh, turns out there is actually a different drop dunny here. I'm going to go and check that out because the one that I've been to is not very pleasant, so hopefully this one will be in a bit better state of repair. Well, I took a look and I'm sorry to say that things aren't as good as they could be in there either. So yeah, if you do have your own portaloo or something in your caravan, my suggestion would be bring it and use it. This is starting to get a bit beyond a joke. It was expected, like I said, to be 0 to 1 millimetres today. and you're thinking 0 to 1 millimetres, there's a chance it might rain, there's a chance it might not, but it is just getting heavier and heavier here, and rough guess, 5 mils since I woke up. There's got to be more than that surely overnight. But yeah, it's getting a bit damp and now a bit windy, and it's getting darker as the morning goes on. But I've got my hot coffee in the thermos, and I've got, fortunately, the new awning, which seems to be doing reasonably well so far at keeping me dry. Because if it wasn't for that, I'd be sitting either in the car or lying in a swag, and probably sitting in a car for a change. But yeah, so dealing with the elements, but that's what happens when you go camping. You've got to take what nature gives you. I'll sit here, enjoy the sounds, and maybe read my book again if I can do that without getting it wet. Well, as it turns out, I couldn't read my book without it getting wet. My dry spot got smaller and smaller, so I've retired to the car so I can have a read in here. The rain has immediately eased off as I've got into the car, but I'll probably come back because these clouds don't look like they're going anywhere. So yeah, read inside the car for a bit, stay dry if I can, and yeah, no little walkies for me today, it looks like. It's a simple lunch for a simple man. Just some sardines on crackers. Doesn't look that exciting, tasty enough, and I forgot to have breakfast, so that'll do for lunch, and then I'll have my yogurt sometime in the middle of the afternoon, I guess. There's not much going on around here. It continues to rain, although it has eased off a little bit, but so far not really bushwalking weather. My friend Andrew has come for a walk with me and showing me the hidden sights.
Hey you Bash, wish you were here.
Oh, this is nice, Ange. Check it out.
So this is the rainforesty bit.
It is nice. I'm glad I came down here again. I didn't get this far.
So when we walk through to the other side, it'll pop out to Boys Camp.
Oh yeah.
Which is a much smaller camp.
And is it a good camp? Would you recommend it?
Yeah, it may be busy, may not be. So it's a much smaller. I think there might be maybe 14 sites there. Just depends. Sometimes there's people with motorbikes and stuff, which can be a bit of a pain in the ass.
Oh, look, you're going to get that.
I've camped there before. Just do a little one-nighter because we're local. Kind of seems a bit weird. Travelling 20 minutes down the road for a camp out.
Not at all. I'm going to turn that off. All right. So I've just come from down that path from Kendalls. We've now arrived at Boys Camp. And I'd say it's about a 15-minute walk through the bush, river along the side. Really quite pleasant, although today just a bit too humid for me. And going forward, you can see I think there's about 14 sites at this particular camp. It's supposed to have a long drop dunny up here somewhere, which I'll check out and give you a report on, as I always do.
There it is there in the distance.
There it is. There it is there in the distance. Oh, no. Oh, do I want to stick my nose in there after the other two? I don't think I do. I'm just going to take it as granted that it's probably going to be overflowing like the others and leave it at that. All right, people, give me a prayer. I'm going in. All right, full disclosure, these dunnies are horrible. They stink, they are full. Full report. Bring a porta potty. Bring a porta potty. So still at Boys Camp and getting over the smell of that dunny, which I really don't recommend. There's this campsite here, which is one of the first on your way into the camp, I think, and it is very, very water adjacent. The river is right there. So the sound of tinkling makes you want to tinkle in the middle of the night. Don't camp here. Otherwise, set yourself up
Come over this way
and have a lovely something to eat.
Otherwise.
That's nice. Oh, good morning, campers and drivers. It is 9 a.m. on day 3 after night 2 and my final night here at Kendalls. I'm going to be packing up now and heading off for a bit of a drive before going to visit my friend Ange in, where is it again? Alexandra. So yes, that's me for this morning. I'll catch you guys later on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that over there, as well as the Marysville fire truck, is Yarra Valley Septic. and if they've gone over there for what I think they've gone over there, which is to clean those toilets out, I can't say, it's not, well I can say, it's not a day too soon. So hopefully by the time you guys get here, those toilets will be sanitary again, because it looks like today is the day. Look at these angels, or poor buggers, who are cleaning out the dunnies for those of you yet to come. Well, that does make me a happy man, even if I missed out. Everything's going to be nice and clean for you when you arrive. Hopefully somebody will wipe up those dead bugs and cobwebs as well. Enjoy.